I do not encourage nor condone any of the actions performed or products shown in this video. All of the videos are produced in a safe and controlled environment. Do not attempt to replicate any of the actions performed during this video.
Hello beautiful people from the internet, it is Connie over here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm coming straight at you from my childhood bench and with a cup of coffee in hand and also a cigarette to enjoy. So today I'm going to be sitting here relaxing, talking about memories or just enjoying the moment. I don't know, but I hope you have a great time and we'll see how the conversation evolves. Let's go. I'm really excited to be here today. Actually, this is a place where I spent a lot of time in my youth, as if I wasn't young anymore, you know, but it is a very dear place to me and I love being here. It's very beautiful. I'll take some shots so you can see better perspectives of it, but Chesterfield Blue is in hand. Let's light it up. There we go. I feel like the reason why I wanted to do this today is because I've been feeling a lack of simplicity because of myself. It's my own issue that I created within myself, you know. I feel like sometimes I make things way more complex than they need to be and I forget to enjoy the core of them and to go back to simpler ways of being. And so what better way to do that than to go back to a place where I started hanging out at when I was in the simplest form of a human being. I have memories of sitting here from the age of 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 all the way up to today, and it's interesting to think how so many versions of me have sat down here and all of them had such different states of mind, you know, and the earliest ones were the ones that were the simpler. I could just sit here with my toys and a sippy juice and just play and enjoy being here simply for, you know, having a little bit of playtime and looking at the garden. And a lot of times I feel a desire to go back to such a simpler time. Not that I want to have my sippy juice and my Barbies or something, you know, but I'd like to be able to sit here and let all of my thoughts just evaporate and just enjoy being here because it's such a beautiful place. I've been thinking a lot about choices and how the extreme amount of choices that we have today are maybe making our life a little bit more difficult. I'm not exactly sure. I'm still debating on this topic, but I feel like one of the reasons that when we were kids things were simpler is because choices were being made for us, you know. Sometimes we felt annoyed and we wanted to grow up to be able to make our own choices, not even knowing that that would be more difficult. And our parents told us, you know, being adult is cool, but you have a lot of things that you have to take care of. You have a lot of choices to make and you should enjoy these younger years that you are going through and not try to grow up so fast. And we as kids, we didn't understand. We are going to tell this to our kids and they are not going to understand, you know. It's something that you only understand. Oh my goodness. Luna, are you okay? I think this is something that we are only able to understand when we've been through it, you know, so you can try to pass this information as best as you can to the kids and the youth, but they will only ever understand once they have gone through it. But I feel like this can go even to a more trivial level. For example, the amount of choices of yogurt. I always go through this problem when I'm at the grocery store and there's a full aisle of yogurt and I think to myself so many times, I wish there were only 4. You know, it would be so much easier to choose between each of them if there were less choices to be made here. I would say that 100 years ago, maybe people were not having as many existential crises about their career paths because you were usually born and you were going to be doing something for the rest of your life, you know. But for now, I feel like people my age, younger and even older, have a lot of, what if I'm making the wrong choice? Because there are just so many choices to be made, you know. You're afraid that you're picking the wrong one by picking the one that you are picking, even if it's the one that feels the most right to you at a certain moment. I feel like in a way this may work in the same sense with relationships, which is kind of silly, but I mean, divorce rates have been going up to 50%, which basically means that getting married is a coin flip. You know, if you think of your grandparents, they probably are still together, or they stuck together for a long time, maybe until one of them was no longer here, you know. And these days there are so many options that I feel like as humans we think, if this is not going well, it's okay. I'll get a dating app, there's 20 more candidates out there, let's see what they can offer me, you know. I feel like there's way less of an effort to try and make things work, because we think, or we know, that there are so many options out there to try out and to be had. I feel like we're just not putting as much effort into friendships and romantic relationships because we are just aware of how much is out there, which I don't think is a good thing. I don't know, I've just been thinking a lot about the choices that we make every day, the amount of information that we are fed that makes us doubt our choices that we thought were good ones that we are making at the time. And of course we will not always make the best choices or great choices, but it's important to make some, to be able to make a mistake and learn from it and then make a better choice. Having that mistake in your mind and thinking, okay, I don't want to do this again, let me try something different. But I feel like because we have so many things to choose from, sometimes we can become paralyzed and not be able to choose any, which will not take us anywhere. And this is something that has happened a lot to me. I don't know, I'm going to have another cigarette and chill. This is a beautiful morning out here. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm just speaking from the heart of things that have been going through my mind. They are very scattered. I haven't journaled about any of this, but it's nice to be here enjoying this moment with you guys. I also feel like we are creating a lot of necessities within us these days that we didn't create before, maybe when social media wasn't as prevalent, because I noticed this in myself, and this is one of the reasons why I uninstalled TikTok a long time ago and I stopped scrolling through reels or shorts or anything like that, because I found my brain getting really hooked on things that I would look at as a necessity from the point where I first saw them. So, for example, imagine I was scrolling on TikTok or something like that, and I saw someone showing off a product that they just found, and they are saying, you need to have this is going to change your life or make your life so much simpler. And from the point of watching that video one, I felt a lack because I didn't have that object. And how can I acquire this object if they are saying this is going to make my life so much simpler? Then maybe I should have it, and I can go about the rest of my day thinking of the lack of this that I didn't even knew existed before. I didn't need it before, but now I do because I've become aware of it, you know. And this just used to happen to me so much when I was scrolling through, you know, hours on social media. I feel like this is one of the reasons I would feel so exhausted and tired after scrolling, is because I feel like it's because I would become aware of the amount of things that I was lacking. But then I actually started thinking about this when I made the decision to delete all of these applications. As a human being in the truest form of me, I need water, food and shelter and some clothes. I don't have the necessity of having the most stylish clothes. I need some clothes that will protect my body from the elements, and that's about it, you know. Anything extra to that, it's just an extra. It's not something that you need for survival. It's not something that, you know, you cannot continue your life without. You need human connection as well, but that's not something that's acquirable through social media. And so when I made this realization that I was going about my days with a feeling of lack because of the amount of content I was consuming online, of lives that probably were not even real, you know. Life online is a highlight of people's lives, it's not everything. You are not seeing the parts of their day where they are feeling sad, or you know, they are standing in their room scrolling as well, just like I was. And I decided to uninstall all of it, because I realized that to the truest core of myself, I didn't need all of these things that I was seeing other people have. I was truly happy when I had my family around, some toys to play with, and nature to observe, you know. And so after beating my feeling of lack, that's when I started realizing the things that I do have, you know, the incredible amount of good things that are happening in my life that are not related to the lack of anything, that are not related to how much others have. What do I have? What do I am, you know? What are the things that I enjoy? Very simple things. And you as well, if you go to the core of yourself, you will realize that the things that you enjoy the most are probably the simplest, you know? The truest moments of joy are the rare moments of distraction. I heard this quote in some place the other day, and I feel like it's so true. I mean, you are the most joyful in that moment when you are so distracted, you are laughing with your friends, or you're just outside looking at your bird being silly, drinking some water from a puddle, you know. That's when you truly feel, wow, this is so beautiful, you know. You were not expecting it to happen. It didn't come from any product that you acquired. It was already there. You just didn't see it before because you were so distracted by everything else, you know. And I feel like this is so true for me, and I'm glad I've made this realization. And that's why I wanted to sit here and come back to a simpler time and talk about simpler things, because they truly are what makes life so beautiful, to me at least. I don't know if I made any sense today. I don't know what I even talked about. As I said, I was just speaking from my heart of things that are scattered around my brain. So if any of it made any sense to you, I'm very happy to learn that. But if none of it made any sense, then forget it all and move on, you know. It's totally fine. You don't need to acquire any information from any of these videos. This is just me talking about silly things. It's not factual, it's not scientific, it's just the way my mind is producing thoughts right now, and my opinions may change during the years, and I'm very happy if they do. I would not want to have an opinion forever. I want my perception to be constantly changing so I can evolve and grow. So if any of it made sense to you, I'm very happy to learn that, and I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and I will see you back very soon in another one, all right? Bye!